And it's now 18 minutes to 9 o'clock. Las 9 menos 18 minutos aquí en nuestros estudios. Good morning, Belize, and thanks for choosing love. It is a beautiful Monday.
Monday, Chief.
It's not a Wednesday.
No Wednesday, no hump day yet.
This guy loves a Wednesday. You know, he looks forward
Especially
to a Wednesday.
this Wednesday, because long weekend, heading up to the first of May Labor Day.
Labor Day.
So
yeah,
long weekend, so
and all kind of
agriculture and trade.
My
show,
goodness.
all those good things happening. So you want to have hump day. So we could barrel down towards the weekend. But today's Monday, start of a brand new week, 24th day of April. And with us we have guest chief, we have the folks from APAMO.
The Association of Protected Areas Management Organization. I said,
yes.
Association of Protected Areas Management Organization.
There you go.
That means that you, an association, you manage the protected areas, right? That's more or less it.
Yeah, the words are lengthy, but...
That's what the acronym is there, APAMO, make it easy.
APAMO.
APAMO,
yes, indeed. And
good morning.
So I want to welcome Lucille Mendes, the Communication and Development Officer for APAMO, along with Jamal Whitty as well, the Marketing Officer for APAMO. Good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
So what's happening with APAMO?
Yes, good morning, Belize. Good morning, everyone listening. Well, APAMO has an upcoming Ranger Forum this Thursday, and it's our second annual Ranger Forum. We've had it before COVID, and you know, after COVID slowed down things, so we're here, back at it again. Like you said, I am the Communications and Development Officer, and just a little bit about me, I have attained my bachelor's in environmental science at Galen University, and I've joined APAMO because they know the importance of the environment, and I hope to advocate and contribute to the sustainability of the protected areas here in Belize.
Great.
Mr. Galen Chairman, you feel good?
Galen is a good university.
Just to give you a little more information about APAMO.
Sure.
So our mission is to effectively support the protected areas management system that to maintain its capacity to protect biodiversity and provide ecosystem goods and services for the benefit of all Belizeans. And our mission, our vision, is to, our vision is to continue to create a diverse network of non-governmental protected areas management organizations to contribute to the effective and sustainable management of the National Protected Area System. So in essence, what APAMO is becoming, aside from performing the secretarial role that we once had, we want to contribute more to the National Protected Area System, to the management of National Protected Area System by offering our services or offering whatever we can to help to boost the capacity of our member organizations to effectively manage their national park.
So you all are like an umbrella organization, and then all like the say Audubon and PACT and all of them would be members.
Yes.
And
we have 15 members.
15 members.
Monkey Bay Wildlife Sanctuary just joined to be a member. But like you said, we are, APAMO is the leading network or umbrella association of all of these members, non-governmental organizations. So all of us try to, you know, protect and preserve the protected areas of Belize.
So you find like him tied and...
So just to give you exactly who our members are,
sure.
We have a whole list.
Belize Audubon Society, like you mentioned. We have the Belize Karst Habitat for Conservation. We have the Kikaker Group for Environmental Sustainability. We have the Community Baboon Sanctuary. We have the Kurzal Sustainable Future Initiative, the Mayflower Bokawina Environmental and Development Group. We have Program for Belize, Rancho Dolores and Environment and Development. The Rio Blanco Man Association, the Sartun Temash Institute for Indigenous Management, the Sartnea Alliance for Conservation and Development, the Southern Environmental Association, Steadfast Tourism Conservation Association, Yasha Conservation Trust, and like my colleague just mentioned, Monkey Bay just joining into our membership. So what we try to do with the ACRC and what APAMO tries to do is create initiatives like this one, the annual Ranger Forum, to continue to build a network where our members share capacity, share ideas, and try to facilitate different activities to try to grow them as protected area managers.
Is membership voluntary?
Membership is voluntary, yes.
So there's no obligation from an NGO to join APAMO, right?
No, there's no obligation, but we would encourage more and more people to join APAMO to build our network, because at the end of the day, we're all trying to accomplish the same thing, right? We're all trying to ensure that Belize's national protected area system is safe, right? Shield our national protected area system, because there are so many people across Belize that depend on it. And even if you feel like you don't depend on it, you still benefit from it. For example, tourism, some of the tourists that are coming into Belize, they're here because of the state of our natural resources. But if the task were only up to them, and if they don't get the support that they need, then we won't be able to reap the benefits that we are now.
Do you have a category for activists? Like, okay, you talk about organizations, but you know, there are individuals who are very active in voicing concerns and in doing things that would protect the environment and our resources. Do you have a category for individual activists?
Well, I could say no, because we are a collection of protected areas management organizations.
So it has to be an organization. So it has to be properly constituted.
No, it can be a community-based group, but the most important thing is that they have to
they have areas that they're protecting.
Protecting.
Exactly.
Area,
yes, they have to. Because, for example, there is Audubon Society, they have about 7 protected areas.
Like
and Blue Hole, the Guanacaste.
And then you have smaller community-based groups like Community Baboon Sanctuary, with a group of volunteers, a women's group that are managing the national park. So it can be a community, it can be an organization, but the most important thing is that they are contributing to the protection of a protected area.
Indeed.
And you're talking about a ranger forum.
Yes.
But I think an obvious question would be, what's a ranger?
Oh.
You know, I mean, I know it. I've done several shows with rangers, but
yes, a park ranger is someone out in the field monitoring the environment.
And it could be land or sea.
Yes, marine or terrestrial, and they are the ones who have the responsibility to, you know, monitor the environment, see where there's deforestation, forest fires, the poaching activities. So they have the responsibility to protect and conserve the protected areas here in Belize.
And even though they have their own unique niche, even though they have their unique protected area that they're managing, some of the issues that they're facing are similar. So that's why it's important to have this ranger forum, so we could give rangers the opportunity to communicate with other rangers to see what challenges they're facing, and if any of them have come up with a solution, then share that with the rest of the group. So that, you know, together we can, you know, share our knowledge and information, so that, you know, they can be more effective in their management practices.
Okay, so how does a ranger be a part of this forum, and where is it going to be held and when?
So we are having this forum at the Monkey Bay Wildlife Sanctuary.
Okay.
And it's going to be on Thursday. It's going to be a one-day event.
That's this Thursday coming.
This Thursday, yes. So we are having the rangers coming from different members from our member organizations. So Jamal had the list, so it will be most of them.
Registering, if you haven't registered before, you can still register. Is it anybody?
It will be only from our member organizations. So if the outside one wants to join, you know, they have to become a member and get the full package, right? But we do have a theme for this year.
Right.
It's called the Park Rangers at the Forefront, protecting our Belize's biodiversity, natural wonders, and our cultural heritage.
Okay. And so they're, as you well point out, that they are the forefront, meaning that they're responsible to ensure that there is no abuse happening within these particular area. That is why they're protected.
Yes.
And so the format of this forum is going to be, is it a lecture process? Is it sort of hands-on? What would be the format?
Yeah, the purpose of the whole Ranger Forum is for the rangers to have an open dialogue about what they go through, the different activities they do in the field, whatever challenges or threats that they may have, they want to discuss it and, you know, just discuss freely about in different areas, probably in surveillance, outreach or education, in conservation, or emergency response. So we want them to freely talk about all of that. And we'll also have, you know, guest speakers coming in, giving their brief remarks. But then that will be for the opening ceremony. The actual forum will have only them to talk freely. So no managers, park managers, only rangers will be there. And we will provide them with activities and presentations. For example, one of the presentations will be the use of drones, right? Because drones have become an important piece of technology in the toolkits of conservationists. And they are an excellent alternative in regards to the traditional methods like the helicopter and the light aircraft. And Jamal can tell you because he actually flies the drones and he gets the high resolution images, right, Jamal?
Yeah, so there are benefits to using different technologies, and specifically a ranger, the different challenges that they face, whatever technologies that we can instruct them to use or offer them to might help to better manage their protected area. So, for example, like rangers of a particular national park, their duty is to patrol all the ends of that protected area to ensure that it's protected. But using something like a drone may allow them to not have to go out there as often, you know, because they'll have this aerial view, but they'll still have to, of course, go through the areas because of the forest cover, it might hide some hidden information. But using something like a drone or using new technologies, this is just one of the topics that will be discussed within the forum.
Yeah, because it becomes important, especially at sea. The drone would work best at sea because you could see where you know, vessels are or so that would be contaminating the area.
Yeah, so there are multiple implications of how our drone could be useful, but you know, there are also other things that we're not seeing as managers maybe or as individuals that these rangers are going through. So that's why we feel like it's important to have this forum so that they can, you know, voice some of their concerns, because the drone is only useful if we understand one of the challenges. They don't know who all or what vessels are coming near the protected area. So by having those discussions, we can identify what are some of the weaknesses or the challenges that they're facing, so that as an umbrella organization, we could try to come up with solutions that could help them to address those issues.
We saw how important the issue of rangers were, especially as it relates to the Chicky Bull area, where we have the SED really doing that patrol and controlling that area. So basically, most of the rangers take on that same complexion, right? That they act as the protector of of those particular area and disallowing any sort of abuse within those areas. What general powers the rangers have in general from a layman's standpoint? What can they do or allowed to do?
Can they arrest you, for example?
Rangers, well, whenever they're attempting an arrest, and there are some rangers that have that power of arrest because I believe that they've went through some sort of training. But whenever they're doing something like approaching some illegal loggers, for example, they need that police presence.
Okay.
So coordinating when police officers can be involved, or coordinating when Coast Guard can be involved, is something that they need to discuss. So there's something that we need to know so that we could facilitate the partnerships that we need to facilitate, so that you know, they could have that manpower to be able to get the job done. Okay.
In terms of this particular forum that you're having on Thursday, can people still register from your member group, from that 15 member group? Are there still openings for persons to register? So
yes,
is this an appeal for persons who may want to?
Yes, if they're listening, you can always join as well. You can always email us as well. We did send out an email to all of our members so that you know, they are invited. We are trying to accommodate about 25 rangers, 20 to 25 rangers, so that, you know, they can have that open dialogue about what they're going through.
And it's going to be at Monkey Bay on Thursday.
Yes, on Thursday. And we'll also, other things that will be happening during the forum will be BSART, which is Belize Institute of Search and Rescue Training. They will also be there giving them that outdoor training. It'll be in regards to an efficient packing. So how to fold up your clothes neatly so it can fit in your bag, right? Because you can't take a lot of things. Like us girls, you know, we take a whole bag.
Yeah, take a blouse and
Yes, so it'll be good for me to see as well, right? I've never been to a ranger forum, so it should be interesting, right, Jamal? It should be interesting to listen to what they're going through.
And in terms of the diversity, it's male and female. There's no distinction. This forum is for all genders.
Yes.
And remind us at the starting, what time it starts again?
It'll start at 9 and finish at 3.
9 to 3.
One-day event.
Lunch will be provided, I take it.
Of course. You gotta have them hungry. Some snacks and lunch will be provided, of course. Yes.
Yep. Anything we may have missed? Anything special or specific you want to highlight from APAMO? Any other events coming up in the near future as well?
Yes, well, we do want to thank the ones supporting us to making this event possible, the Ranger Forum. We do want to thank Chalk Creek, Falling Leaves, Rhymers, and Social Security for their generosity and confidence in our work. In regards to future endeavors, Jamal, he's the marketing officer. He has lots of things going on.
Any new events coming up?
We have not necessarily new events, but we have a lot of new programs that are coming out that aim to increase the visibility of protected areas management organizations. So we're talking about ad campaigns or exciting new program that I can't release as yet, but we're working on some exciting new programs that aim to increase their visibility.
Okay, so look out for these things coming soon from APAMO.
Yes, that's right. And we also have our newsletter that we just published. And Jamal is the one who actually get the activities from the different members and put them together in this newsletter.
Okay, great.
Well, it's a great job APAMO is doing.
Yes, the Association of Protected Areas Management.
And that's very important to protect our areas, the designated areas, the areas that have been such designated to be protected.
Yeah, indeed. The tourists, as Jamal has mentioned, many of them come here for a natural resource. Pristineness, if that goes away, then we won't be able to get those visitors because nothing for them to do or see.
And the ranger is very important, the role of the ranger. Because the ranger, many times, that's the only person you will see. When you're visiting would be the ranger. It's how the ranger handles you and how he deals with you. And how he talks to you. You know, very important. It will make you want to come back. So it's important that the ranger be looked at and given the importance that he or she deserves.
Yes, because we want to try and embrace their roles in this Ranger Forum. Yes, embrace their roles because they are an integral component in protecting our protected areas, correct.
Well, congratulations on the initiative, and we look forward to it being a successful one.
Yes, you know, the NGO community, especially as it relates to the environment, is very critical to maintaining our pristineness.
And we are leaders in that, you know. Our country is a leader in environmental protection and
all that as well, blue economy.
So it's very important, the role that APAMO plays.
I will say, though, NGOs and CBOs, because we have a lot of those smaller groups that are taking it on themselves to manage protected areas, and we feel like that's something to be discussed and celebrated.
Yeah. And that's why you'll be reaching out to those little smaller groups to try and encourage them to develop and maybe join and become a part of APAMO, you know, so that umbrella can effectively cover all.
True.
You know?
Because we all have the same vision, we all have the same goals.
Under the umbrella get bigger.
Shelter under the umbrella.
More persons under the shelter. Well, certainly want to thank Lucille Mendes this morning, the Communication and Development Officer for APAMO, and Jamal Witty, for Marketing Officer as well, for joining us this morning and talking a little bit about what APAMO does, and as well the Ranger Forum coming up this Thursday at Monkey Bay. So keep up the good work, and at the end of the day,
best wishes, because you're playing a very important role in.
It's the whole ACRC team that's trying to push. It's the marketing officer, me, the communications officer, the finance officer. Who else? Admin assistant and a project officer.
And of course our leader, the executive director.
Yeah.
Oh, great. So they have a good-sized team at it. Well, certainly, good luck with the forum on Thursday. And it should be great. And if you haven't registered as yet, please go ahead and do so you can add yourself to the numbers at Monkey Bay.
Yes.
And then give you lunch.
Yes.
Yes.
You're worried about
it. Don't worry. That's an incentive.
Thank you for having us.
Certainly. Well, Chief.
Thank you so much for being here this morning.
We have come to the end of our show this morning. Certainly want to say our thank yous with your permission, sir.
Oh, go ahead.
Certainly want to thank Richard Herbert for doing a good job on Love FM. Certainly want to thank Giovanni Castro for being our master control operator this morning. Certainly our producer, Manuela Ayuso, and Andrew Jones for streaming as well. And of course, our viewers and listeners throughout the length and breadth of this beautiful jewel of ours. Want to thank you as well as those in the diaspora who are streaming, our callers, our guests as well. And we urge our viewers and listeners to come back again tomorrow, where we hope to tune in. Hope you tune in so we can do this all over again just for you.
Well, Troy, when Minister Dolores was on, we went through the four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. I'm a Rotarian. I think I'll always be a Rotarian, whether I'm active or not. I'm a Rotarian at heart, because that four-way test really is a way, if we apply it in circumstances in our lives, we usually end up making a decision that is in the better interest of all, right? The four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. When you think it, you say it, and you do it, right? And the first one, obviously, is it the truth? That's the first thing you're going after. Is it the truth? Seek the truth. Accept the truth, right? Then the second one, is it fair to all concerned? All of us have our own interests, but is in arriving at this solution, is it fair to all concerned? Is it equitable? Would everyone benefit from all concerned? Would obviously be the third one. Is it beneficial to all concerned? Will it build goodwill and better friendships is the other one, right? In other words, will we come out of this decision better than we were when we went into it? Will it build goodwill and better friendships to each other, right? And then, of course, it will be beneficial to all concerned, not to one concern or to all concerned, right? And I guess in the situation where we were talking about earlier on, we're all Belizeans. So whatever is worked out has to be based on the truth, right? Right? Is it unfairness? Is it fair to all concerned? And the fact that all of us need to have goodwill and better friendships in order for us to move forward. And the decision has to be beneficial not only to you or to me, but to all of us, right? Who call ourselves Belizeans and live in this beautiful jewel named Belize. And that, to me, is what it's all about. Right?
Four-way test.
The four-way test of the things we think, say, or do. Use that to solve a situation, and you can't go wrong because that's the way you solve a situation, right?
Yes, indeed.
And of course the four-way test tries, when you do the four-way test, of course it leads to one thing. You start to love, or you lead to love, because then you feel that love coming away. When you have fulfilled that test, then you feel that love emanating from you, right? And so, because you feel that love, we say to you...
You choose to love.
Because love is a choice.
Yes, sir.
But it's a better choice than anything else.
It's the best choice.
Yes, it's a better choice than anything else. The choice to love. And because you choose to love, we say to you, Belize and beyond.
Thanks.
Thanks for choosing love. Have a
Bye-bye.
great week.
Good morning, Belize, and good morning. I say good morning, Belize, and good morning. And how are you this morning?
work again in life. Get up every